Hello and welcome back to another episode of Troupe Talk. My name is Chase,
My name is Cohen.
and our
Hi.
our wonderful guest here is Elsie Gronnert. Say hello.
Hi.
We're recording things a little bit differently today. For the past couple of episodes, we recorded through an app called Discord. But today we're using Microsoft Teams because Elsie does not have Discord. So yeah, hello Elsie. And with that, we're just gonna do the same thing as always. Just jump right into the questions. And the first one, in honor of the great Chepe, cheesy bread or garlic bread?
Garlic bread.
Thank you. Thank you. All right, cool. So now that question is answered, speaking of Chepe, Chepe asks, what is your favorite stuck-at-home hobby? How do you fill the immense amounts of free time that you now have?
Playing Roblox, watching TV, doing art.
Fair. True enough. I haven't played Roblox in a while. I pop on every once in a while just to see how it goes, but I don't really play too much anymore.
I've
So.
never touched that game before in my life.
Yeah, with a lot of the community around it, I can see why. I promise it's a lot cooler than it seems on the surface,
When
though.
when I was a child, I was a cool math games kid. That was what I always went to. I was
Yeah.
a Roblox kid.
Yeah, I've definitely played a lot of Roblox, Cool Math, Club Penguin, played
That's another game
Toontown
I've
for a
also
bit.
never played. I've never touched
You-
touched Club Penguin.
You never touched Club Penguin, Cohen?
No,
I
I don't even know how that game works.
I don't-
I'm gonna share it with you.
I'm okay. So what we're gonna have to do, Cohen, is get you an account for Club Penguin rewritten.
The list
We're just-
is building.
The list is building. This is like 3 episodes in a row now where we've mentioned something that we're gonna need to introduce you to. All right. Yeah, I can definitely get behind Roblox, TV, and art. What kind of art do you make?
Sometimes I do paintings. I mostly do drawings, mostly of people. They're not realistic because
Mhm.
that's too hard.
Yeah.
So cartoonish.
Cool. Alrighty. Next question. What is your favorite Disney movie or TV show?
Disney movie. Oh, that's hard.
Do you mind if I guess? Do you mind if I guess?
You can guess.
I'm willing to guess Lion King because I know you have a dress that has Nala's face on it.
True.
Good guess. But I have so many items that have Disney items on. You would not believe it.
I think I might believe it.
Yeah. I mean,
At least half of the items I own are somehow related to Disney.
yeah.
But actually, probably my favorite Disney movie is Little Mermaid. I mean, wow, what a shock! Just kidding.
Yeah.
Who would have known?
Fair. I'm sure there's also probably some extra emotional attachment after Mermaid. After after the show that we did. So yeah, no, that's definitely not a bad choice. It's definitely good. I personally I know I personally kind of think less of the movie itself now that I've actually like seen and been in the musical version, because it's the musical version is just so much more expansive. I the musical version just feels like the story they wanted to tell, as opposed to the almost half hour 45-minute short that was the original Little Mermaid. So
Yeah, the musical feels a bit more fleshed out.
definitely so.
Yeah.
Like
Like details added into the musical version.
like in the original, you would never have guessed like there was not even a single sign. Like you never know Ursula's backstory, so you never know like the kinds of things she's already done in the past to get to this point. You never know that she and Triton are siblings. Like these are things that you just wouldn't know if you only watched the original version. So But I can definitely see why you would also love it more. So, next question. Speaking of musicals, if you had to pick a favorite musical, which would you choose?
So this is probably a bad answer, but my favorite is Teen Beach Movie. It was the musical that made me love musicals.
I'm sorry to say that I've never watched Teen Beach Movie.
I don't think I did either, but I can at least remember that it was pretty popular when it was because that was a Disney Channel original movie, right?
Yes, it was. It's like if you take High School Musical, you take some Grease, and you take West Side Story, and you kind of throw those together, then you have Teen Beach Movie.
Just kind of haphazardly throw them in a pot, you know? Just stuff them in there. Teen Beach Movie.
It sounds familiar. The name does sound familiar.
Look.
I think I've heard that like commercials for it, like in between episodes of like Fish Hooks or something like that.
A little bit of Chemical X, you know, just stuff it in there. There's Teen Beach Movie.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Yeah, no, that's fair. I personally am not familiar with it, but I know it exists and I know what you're talking about. So, for our next question, you know, since your freshman year, you've been in literally every show. You've been in Cinderella, you've been in Butterfly, you've been in Tempest, you've been in Little Mermaid, you've been in Brothers Grimm. What was it like keeping up with all the homework during that?
Honestly, it wasn't that hard. I've always been pretty good with school. The only time that it actually got like hard was when we were at like Q to Q and final performances and actually doing everything, because at that point you're basically you're at school until like 8, 9, and then you have to go home and do all your work and you know everything. So that makes it a lot harder because you don't have as much time to do things.
Yeah, it just reminds me of the like of all the memes out there that are just like public schools are just like, or no, it's like, oh yeah, the recommended amount of sleep for kids that are like teenagers is like 8 or 9, and then public schools are just like ha 1. I mean, I'm proud of you for keeping pretty on top of it, and I can definitely I know that there are moments where it gets hard. It's gotten hard a few times for myself, even though like actually I don't think it's ever been quite as bad as my freshman year, I don't think, because I think freshman year I think freshman year beyond last year is the only time I got anything below a B in a class. So that's for high school. I've definitely gotten below that in middle school. So so I'm gonna take a quick moment here. This is wow. I'm already like halfway through my questions. Go on. I really hope you have some questions for Elsie.
I can improvise some.
Oh yeah, that's all right. Sweet, cool. But I am gonna take a quick moment here. I'm just gonna. If you're not already subscribed to the Reynolds High School Theater YouTube channel, what are you doing? What are you doing? Just go to there's just a little button down there. All you need to do is press it. Like it's just click it. Just take your mouse, take your cursor, go over that little red button, and just make it gray. That's all you gotta do. And then every 2 weeks, you'll get a little notification like on your phone or on your computer, and you'll just see, oh yeah, a new episode of Troupe Talk is out. Would you look at that? Not to mention, this channel does have other things in the works beyond Troupe Talk. This is not the only thing we're going to post. Like, for example, we do have a radio show that auditions are coming up for. So that will be probably coming out here, maybe, I think. Probably, I think. Yes. Probably. Yeah, so go ahead, make sure you subscribe, make sure you hit that bell icon, and remember, you can come back here every 2 weeks for another episode of Troupe Talk. Make sure to leave some comments down below for Elsie or for our next guest. And yeah, with that, our next question comes from Chepe. Hey Elsie, can you dab?
No,
Are you sure?
obviously my arms, they don't work.
Mhm.
It's probably the
True.
most Chepe question ever, Chepe.
The most Chepe question ever. Not even cheesy bread or garlic bread is like the Chepe question. It's, can Elsie dab?
I'm half expecting him to say, "Hey, how hard can you whip in Nene?" Like, I don't know why. It's one of those things that's like a dead trend, but I feel like it'd be asked.
Yeah. We love you, Chepe.
Like, how fast can you floss? Like, no.
Oh goodness. Okay. All right. Next question comes from me. Hello. Hi. You enjoy dressing up for pretty much any occasion ever. Heck, not even, there doesn't even have to be an occasion. You'll just dress up. What'd you do for Halloween this year?
Honestly, Halloween this year was the worst Halloween this year because, you know, Corona, couldn't go
True.
out, couldn't do anything. So, I wore my costume from last year. Well, just the outfit part of my costume because, we're not getting everything put together
Yeah,
because
of
why
course.
not? Not leaving. And it was a dress. It was Chucky, the doll with the
Yeah.
knife that kills people, that one.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, no, that's a fun outfit. I like it. Um, is so what did you what did you do on Halloween night? Just hang out for a bit?
I literally just sat in my house. Actually no, we went to give a birthday present to my sister-in-law because it was her birthday.
Oh, fun.
And we just sat in the car while we did that.
Yeah.
And then I sat at my house.
True. I feel that. Yeah, yeah, my Halloween night was solidly busy. Just because my family, A, just goes all out for Halloween anyway, but B, we were just kind of like, listen, we know the state said no to trick-or-treating, but we know people are just gonna do it anyway. So we set up this big old tube that went from like our driveway up to our upper story window, and literally I just threw so much candy down that while doing funny voices. It was a lot of fun. So, and a lot
I'm
of
really
people
sad I missed out on
got a
that.
lot of candy. Yeah, but it sounded like you had a pretty solid Halloween night anyway, right?
Yeah, it was all right. It was just stuff with like family and friends, and sometimes because I know the night before we had a thing with the neighbors in our neighborhood, like down in the cul-de-sac area for at my dad's house. And we cut a giant hole in a pumpkin and basically just turned that into a game of cornhole where we had to throw sandbags into it.
Oh, that's fun. I like that. Cool. Yeah, there was actually a funny moment during that Halloween night where one of my sister's friends had come over. Actually multiple, but one in particular. I was playing some Mario Kart with her, and she was like really confused as to why I was so far ahead. And I'm like, I'm drifting, and she's like, no, there has to be something more. And I'm like, I'm literally drifting, and she's like, but I'm drifting. I'm like, I am constantly drifting, and she's like, that there's got to be
I
something
am
more.
defying physics.
So there's got to be something more. And so two more of my sister's friends come up and they join us for Mario Kart, and they're so far ahead of her, and she's just like, how are you guys getting so far ahead? And both of them just go, we're drifting.
My goals are beyond your understanding.
My goals are beyond your understanding. Yeah, I love that. All right, moving on from Halloween though. Elsie, just from any show, what was your favorite moment backstage?
Backstage moment. Definitely in Little Mermaid, where Boy Skylar was Ariel
Ah,
because
yes.
Yes, that was good.
so he did a fantastic impression of Ellie, and
Yeah, we've talked about it on an episode in the past, but I will post footage again because it should never be forgotten, this wonderful moment, because here, if you want to keep telling the story, Elsie.
oh, it's basically him just singing in a lovely voice. What's that song called? That song was
Beyond My Wildest Dreams, I believe.
yeah,
Yes.
that one.
Yeah.
Because Ellie
And
wasn't there, and we were recording, and not recording, we were rehearsing a scene. I was there, and we're like, we don't have Ellie. And then he walks out, and we're like, hey, dude, want to be our Ellie? And he's like, okay.
Yeah, I just remember coming in, like seeing, like right, like not in the middle of it, but like far enough in that it's like it's still early on, but it's still in the middle. And I just come in and I just hear him just singing in this wonderful voice, this wonderful falsetto voice, and then all of a sudden you just hear him go, "Look, it's him," just singing about himself, just like. Oh, you gotta love Skylar Mayhar. He's great. And just as a last question from me, Elsie, when we do our radio play, will you be auditioning for that?
yes, of course. Duh.
Sweet. All right, cool. Wait, I don't think we know what it is yet. I don't think Steenson has
Yes,
like. What's up?
we do know what it is.
We do?
Yeah.
I'm
We
scared.
are doing The Wizard of Oz, the same one we were supposed to do last year, but
Wait.
got canceled because of COVID,
Oh,
but with a different cast.
that'll be interesting. I never saw that announcement. Hold on a minute. Cool. I didn't see that. I did not see that notification. That'll be really interesting to translate to a radio play, and as the person who's probably gonna have to edit it, I'm gonna be the one translating it into a radio play. So that'll be fun.
Everyone just in the room turns towards Chase. So, you're an editor.
True. Okay. Colin, do you have any questions for Elsie?
Yeah, actually. Besides, like, the human social interaction aspect of it, what part do you miss the most about school? Like, in person, before pandemic?
In person. Well, you took away social interaction, so that's honestly, I also miss just like being there because it makes everything so much easier.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's definitely true. I've mentioned on the podcast before, I do appreciate the more structured form for this year, but definitely in person is just, it's a lot nicer. I keep seeing things of like, oh, if you thought public schools were a mess before 2020, oh boy, just you wait. Just, all right.
Also, I also have another one real quick. How would you describe your experience working backstage, or just working on a play with me, Chase, and the rest of the cast that's been there? How would you describe it? Like, what was your experience like?
Honestly, the whole cast is like, for every show I've worked with, is like really amazing. Everyone's like super good and they know what they're doing. Like, wow. Like,
Mm-hmm.
Steenson really knows how to cast shows like really well. And like everyone who's involved is like super friendly and like really nice. So it's great.
Can we give Steenson a quick little round of applause? I might just include a sound effect of a whole crowd cheering, just woo! Yeah! Steenson! Just yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah, no, I definitely Steenson does a really good job with casting. So many of our actors are just insanely talented, and I don't know how we're just like, I feel like we're lucky, you know, like we're lucky that we got so many people who are just like, yeah, I can act.
It feels like every show I've been a part of, which is two, but anyway, I feel like both scenarios, like maybe 3 days before opening night, we've always been like, we're not gonna be ready, and then we're ready, and then it's like, what? How?
I know, every time we come backstage after literally any show, it doesn't matter if it's a musical, like a straight show, black box show, it doesn't matter. after opening night like ends, we'll go backstage and we'll all just be so hyped and like giving each other hugs. Like that was amazing. Like
Yeah, I love the chemistry between the people backstage a lot. Like they become like really close friends of yours because you're sharing your stress, you're sharing your emotion, you're sharing your effort that you're all putting into this massive project.
Definitely.
And yeah, I love the humor that goes into it as well. Like just the, like, for lack of a better word, like the bromance that could come out of it, like with all the friends that you made.
Bromance is a good word. All right, Colin, is that the last of your questions, or are there any others?
What would you say is your favorite like in class acting moment? Not in a massive project like a play, but just in class.
In class. Does this have to be something that I did, or can it be something that other people did?
It doesn't have to be. It can be just any moment that you enjoy from class.
I enjoyed freshman year Emma's performance with somebody else. I don't remember who. It was from, what was that show we just read in book club?
Actor's Nightmare?
Actor's Nightmare. She did a scene from Actor's Nightmare, and it was very good. Very funny. She did a great job.
Yeah, I didn't actually read Actor's Nightmare, but it definitely sounded like a very funny show if I did actually read it.
What was the dynamic between the two characters? I feel like I know what you're talking about.
It was person who has no idea what they're doing at all. Like, they don't know why they're on stage. They don't know their lines. They don't know what character they are. They don't know what show they're doing. And then this professional actor who knows everything, who knows all their lines, and is like really upset that this other person has no idea what they're doing.
All right. I thought I was thinking of something else, probably, but I thought it was a different one. Sorry.
Yeah. I'm just thinking back to my sophomore year, Elsie, your freshman year. I think you might remember this. So, do you remember Trevor?
Yes.
So, do you remember that one scene that, or like that one final that he had to do? I believe Peter was his partner, but Peter wasn't there for the final. So, and they were doing a duo scene together, duo pantomime scene in particular. And so Trevor went up and was just like, my partner's not here. And everyone was just like, do it yourself. Like, do both parts yourself. And the absolute mad lad nailed doing both parts himself. Just out of nowhere, just pulls out the most amazing, like, one person, two characters sort of acting I've ever seen. I'm just like, this dude.
That's great.
Just, because
just about making spaghetti.
Yeah, it was, or I was like making, yeah, no, literally he was just making spaghetti, for the other, or like the one character was making spaghetti for the other character, and, the character that was being made spaghetti for, just kept like trying to come in and get, like, oh, it was like cookies or something actually. Try to steal a bit of it before like the other one could notice, and just constantly getting caught until eventually the food actually got made. Yeah, definitely like the character kept getting caught trying to steal food over and over again until eventually it was revealed, hey, I was making the food for you the whole time, dummy. Oh, thanks. And it was just so funny watching Trevor just like try to sneak up on nothing and then like dash to his other spot and just like hold an invisible spatula up in the air, just like ready to strike the other character. Just like, it was a great scene. I loved it so much.
That's crazy.
So, all right, I think that's everything. Thank you, Elsie, for coming on the show.
No problem, or you're welcome. I don't know which one I'm supposed to say.
That is, yes. My response to that is yes.
Correct answer, yes.
And yeah. So thank you everyone who's currently watching for watching, and yeah, thank y'all for coming. I've been Chase,
and I've been Colin,
Thank you, Elsie, for coming on the show again. I'm sorry I've interrupted you 3 times, or like twice with that now. Yeah, you can go ahead and say the thing.
That's totally okay.
And this has been Troupe Talk. All right.
Yay!
See you guys in a couple weeks. Don't forget to leave questions down in the comments. We will see you all next time.
We know what we're doing.
I promise we know what we're doing.